One moment. All right, they said, sorry, not ready. But there's another portal there that leads to a different dimension. Go explore, see what you find.
All right. I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Namaste, Bashar.
Good day.
Can you tell me what is the purpose of insomnia, if there is one?
Well, insomnia can be created in many different ways. It might be the result of not following your natural biological cycle and being asleep when you need to rest, being awake when you really need to be awake and have energy to be awake. So disconnecting from your societal idea of when you should be asleep and when you should be awake can help you find your natural biological rhythm so that you get the rest that you need, so that you make the connections that you need. But if you also are learning to make connections in the idea of spirit, higher mind, and soul, you may not necessarily need as much sleep, because that's fundamentally what your sleep is for. To re-energize, recharge your batteries, so to speak, so that you can continue to perpetuate the illusion of physical reality as being real. Remember, physical reality is a projection of consciousness, and it has to constantly be maintained. That's why you know it's not real, because it deteriorates. That which is real is eternal. That which deteriorates is an illusion. So the idea is that you sleep, you reconnect, you recharge your batteries, you wake up in the morning, and you recreate the idea of physical reality for as long as your battery charge lasts, so to speak. But is the insomnia causing you to feel exhausted or tired, or are you simply awake and it's not having any detrimental effect?
It makes me crazy.
It makes you crazy because you think you need to sleep, or because it is exhausting you?
Well, both.
All right, so you are exhausted.
Yes.
All right. Are you acting on your passions in life?
Yes.
And what is that?
Oh, I'm a teacher. I'm doing a lot of practices, doing a lot of spiritual work.
All right. Thank you. And what is your greatest fear?
Of not being able to function.
Why are you afraid of not being able to function? Where did you learn that idea?
Because then somebody else will need to take care of me.
So you are afraid of needing someone else to take care of you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Why is that such a bad thing?
Because I need to be self-sufficient all the time.
Why?
I know where you're going with it.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
That's one of the reasons why you are not sleeping. Because in a sense, you're almost afraid that you won't necessarily wake up as yourself. That you will wake up needing help. That you will wake up and not be vital. That you will wake up and not have energy. That something will have changed in a negative way. You are being overly vigilant on your life. You are being a watchdog, stressing yourself out that something might go wrong, generating stress in your body in that way, and thus preventing you from being capable of resting, because you are afraid, symbolically speaking, that if you rest, you will not necessarily wake up the same. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you willing to understand that you have an exit point? Everyone does. You have already determined what that exit point will be.
No?
Everyone determines when they will die. You will not die before your time. Your birth angels will see to it.
I'm not afraid of that, I think.
You are afraid of being dead while you're alive.
Yes.
So you are afraid of a kind of death. You are afraid of not being vital.
Yes.
But the fear is what saps your strength and creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it is the fear, if anything, that will sap you of vitality and require that you need the kind of assistance that you say you are afraid of. So you are taking yourself down that road. If that's not the road you prefer to go down, then don't look where you don't want to go.
What should I do?
Feel the vitality of your life, your passion. Focus on that positive energy and know that that is the energy of your soul, the energy of your essential being. And stop being afraid that something is going to deprive you of it, because only you can do so. So you have simply been taught to believe that this energy and this vibration can go away, that it can be taken from you somehow, unexpectedly. So you are overly vigilant. But it is the overvigilance that is causing the stress that will actually bring about what you're afraid of. You need to understand how to surrender to the flow in your life. You have to redefine the idea of surrendering. Surrendering is not giving up control. It is surrendering to the control that is built into you automatically. You have to go with the flow and know that and trust that and be that flow. Knowing that that flow will always take you exactly where you need to go. You need to understand how reality works, how you are creating your reality, how your beliefs create your experience, how your fears bring about what you fear you will experience. You need to relax into your true self and not be afraid that you're going to trick yourself. In a sense, what you're saying is you don't trust yourself. So you have to trust that you are a vital human being who is compassionate, following her passion in teaching and the other things, that you are being of service to humanity, and that nothing is going to take that away from you except you. Do you understand this?
It will take time to...
Why will it take time?
Because...
One moment. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Do you understand that negative beliefs need to perpetuate themselves just like positive beliefs do? Do you understand what we have said about how beliefs work? Yes, no, maybe?
Maybe.
All right. Without believing something to be true, you will not have a physical reality experience, because physical reality isn't real. It's the product of what you believe is true. So the idea is that any negative belief you have needs to perpetuate itself. And the way that beliefs perpetuate themselves is by telling you stories and telling you things that make sure you will not let them go. So when we talk about the idea that you are creating with your fear-based belief, the idea that you will not continue to be viable or vital, and I ask you if you understand, and you say it will take time to understand, the phrase, "it will take time," is coming from the negative belief so that you will not immediately let it go. It's making you believe that it takes time for you to understand what we're saying. So that's a resistance to change. You see what we're saying?
Yes.
It's a resistance to change. You have to hear what comes out of your mouth, listen to what goes through your mind, and go, wait a minute. It's not an absolute fact that it will take time for me to understand this, or that it will take much time at all if it takes any time. It will take the right amount of time, the perfect amount of time for the process I need to go through to have a deeper appreciation of what is being said and what I need to understand about how things work in my life. But you don't have to succumb to the idea that, oh, this is just going to take a lot of time. That's the negative belief telling you a story. Tell them it will take a lot of time. That way you don't have to do anything about it right now. And that way I can hang around for a while. And you can keep believing all the stories that I tell you, even though you don't like what I'm saying. But I'm going to make you believe it's going to be hard to change. That's one of the aspects of the story that I'm telling you. It's hard to change. Things take a long time. You will struggle to understand this. These aren't facts, they're stories. They're beliefs. You can change a belief. Do you believe that?
Yes.
All right. So the timing is up to you. It depends on when you know you can understand what's being said about how this works and know that that is just as real as any experience you have ever had that you don't prefer. So, I'm going to tell you this. You will have help over the next 3 days learning to drift off to sleep. A deep, relaxing, informative, comfortable, restful, and energizing sleep. For the next 3 days, just when you lie down, open up, ask your spirit guides, ask your angelic team, ask your soul family for help to let you relax and let go. This is what we mean by relax. Relaxing your grip on any fear-based belief about being vital so that you can truly get in touch with your vital core, your essential self. And then you will find you will start drifting off to sleep because you will no longer, over those 3 days, be afraid. All right?
Thank you so much.
Pleasant dreams to you.
Thank you. Once you said there are questions you are surprised nobody asked you. So what would be the number one question nobody asked you? And the answer, of course.
Well, only just in the last transmission did anyone bother to ask why this happens. It's taken years for someone to ask that question, to be curious, what is that about? Why does that happen? And there are a couple of reasons. Sometimes the channel's body will simply translate energy that is not translated into words in some other way, through motions of the body, through the idea of this, but sometimes it is actually representative of communication going on between myself and other beings that is simply not being translated into your language. So it took years for someone to ask, what's happening there? So that's an example.
Thank you. Of all the practices you gave us during these decades, which one would you suggest for me to do?
Follow the formula.
No, I'm following the formula.
That's it. We have given you a lot of other permission slip suggestions and told you that it's up to your imagination to adapt them and alter them in whatever way works for you. So it doesn't really matter what technique you use. The primary fundamental idea is follow the formula, which includes being passionate about any particular permission slip you're attracted to use. So that's included within it. So following the formula is the fundamental answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One more question.
All right, thank you.
You can communicate with us telepathically.
Not always, no.
Not always?
Because you're not of the same frequency. Remember, telepathy is being on the same wavelength with one another. You're not reading each other's minds, you're reading your own mind, but you're having the same thoughts as someone else you're on the same wavelength with. That's why we're telepathic within our own civilization, and why sometimes we can be telepathic with humanity when you get your conscious mind out of the way and you are truly in love. Because that's why people who are in love often know exactly what each other is thinking, and they don't have to talk about it, they just know. Because they're on the same frequency, they're on the same wavelength, and they're having the same thoughts at the same time, because it is those thoughts that go with that frequency and no others. So we are sometimes synchronistically telepathic with you, but not always, because you don't always open the door for us, because you're not always on the same wavelength that we are.
I was wondering if maybe you can send to all of us here who are prepared to receive some pictures of your ship, of your civilization, of yourself, of your art, of...
Yes, well, we have described much of this before. Is there some specific thing you would like to know about our civilization?
Well, can you send us telepathically some pictures right now?
In your dream time, yes.
Okay.
I can send it to you right now, but it may not unfold until you dream.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bashar. We
You are
love you.
welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
When you speak of us being in the graduating class, what do you exactly refer to?
I refer to the idea that, as you say in your language, Earth is an advanced school. And therefore, this is not a kindergarten. This is the playground of souls who are very strong, who are here for a very particular purpose of assisting humanity evolve. And therefore, this is a master's degree program. It is, shall we say, not for beginners.
Right. I feel that I'm in that program, and it might be a possibility for me to actually graduate during this lifetime.
Yes, it's possible for many of you. You may go on to other things. You may stick around in spirit to be spirit guides for other people going through similar things that you've experienced in physical reality. You will have a choice. You have free will as a spirit as well to decide what you would like to do next. So if you feel that you're truly done with the Earth experience, you'll move on. That's your choice.
Okay, thank you. That was one of my other questions. And I know this has been done not very often, but when a human being leaves this Earth plane, it is possible to take the physical body.
No. No.
Not take the body up, but dissolve the body at the time of death.
Oh, yes, it can turn into, and this is what happens in our civilization. No body remains behind. We simply convert back into energy.
Right. Is there something we need to know so that we can do that more readily?
Why do you care?
I'd like to do it.
Why?
I don't want to leave my body behind. And the other reason is
Let me put it to you this way.
Yes.
If it is necessary and relevant for that to happen in your life, nothing will stop it from happening. But I will also say this. When you transition, you won't care anymore about whether you left a body behind. And you will understand that there may be purposes in leaving the body behind for those that remain in physical reality, so they have something to relate to about the idea of honoring your passing.
Possible. Yes.
So
Thank you.
it'll be okay whatever happens. You will understand it from the spirit level as something that is necessary, because it's not just about you, it's about others as well.
Yes.
So if it needs to happen, it'll happen. If it doesn't need to happen, it won't. And just let it happen in the natural way that it needs to. Eventually, humanity may evolve to where it is no longer necessary to leave the physical form behind, but that may or may not be the case now. So you will know what the case is when you transition back into spirit.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yes.
When we arrived here on Friday night and we slept at the hotel and I woke up the next morning, either it was that I had such a profound sleep and I just felt that woke up really rejuvenated, but the first thought that came to my mind was that my subtle body was up in a spaceship.
Well, yes, many people will remember that you have encounters in the astral form, very often. It's not always that you're taken physically into ships. When you travel astrally, when you're asleep, you have many different experiences and do often visit our ships, our planets, so on and so forth. Sometimes you remember it as a dream, literally or symbolically. Sometimes you don't remember it at all because it's not relevant for you to remember it while you're living your physical focused life. But yes, you're very busy. Remember, when your body is asleep, your spirit is awake all the time. It never sleeps. So you have many different kinds of experiences and adventures in many different forms when your body is asleep.
Right. Is it possible then to heal on a subtle plane in the subtle body, and then when you come back into the physical body, that it affects the physical body in a positive way?
Yes, unless another process is physically necessary for you to learn a lesson. Then you will not avoid that. But yes, fundamentally it is possible to allow the subtle body, the astral body, the energy form, the spirit, to realign itself in a way, and that can be one skill that humanity is learning, to allow the physical body to align with that and, shall we say, rewrite the template. So yes, it's possible. But are you at that stage where it's something that can happen without you avoiding a lesson that you agreed to learn through the physical realm? So as long as it's not avoiding a lesson, then yes, it's possible. And it might be a skill you need to learn.
Okay.
And that's where medicine is going anyway on your planet. It's all about resonance, frequency, and realignment and connection between the physical and the non-physical.
Ever since I'm a child, my right side of my brain feels very different than the left.
Yes, well,
And
they
I
are
don't-
different.
They are different, and yet one's so heavy and it causes pressure. I don't think it's a medical thing necessarily, but can you give me some
No, it's an
insight?
energetic thing. Remember that you're simply the kind of spirit that is not used to the idea of what you consider to be the rigidity of physical reality, which is represented by the logical side of the brain. You are more intuitively connected, and therefore the creative side of the brain feels more freeing than the logical side of the brain to you. And that's why it feels heavy.
Yes, it does. Thank you for that.
So you have to balance that out in your definition. Both are fine, and you need to create a balance between them. One technique we have given to do that is by focusing on the idea of the infinity symbol, going from one hemisphere to another through the center of the brain, through the corpus callosum, and balancing the left and right hemispheres in such a way that they can function in a more balanced way, and that allows both sides to feel more equally light and equally balanced. So you can focus on the idea of the infinity symbol this way, passing energy back and forth and back and forth and back in a meditative state, and it can allow you to feel a little bit more coherent, a little bit more cohesive, and a little bit more balanced as time goes on. All right?
Oh, thank you. Very helpful.
All right. Thank you.